What's up, good people? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, SimFBallCritic, Sim, whatever you want to call me. But welcome to another episode. And I'm going to be brief with this episode, guys. I will repeat that a couple more times. Let me just wait for a few people to get up in here before I give you guys the public service announcement. Let's see. Let me make sure. Oh, sorry, guys. I wanted to make sure the stream was running so you hear my double audio there. I was playing it on my phone. Let's say hello to the early commenters, guys, and then I'll let y'all know what's happening tonight. Interesting night it is. It happens to be Tuesday, so we still doing Terrible Towel Tuesday, but it will be a short one, and I will explain that to you guys in a moment. Let's say hello to our good people, man. Joshua Shields, Daredevil, Mark Cunningham, the master of music, the infamous Tim C.T. Pittman, Lanisha, hello, the lovely Lanisha in Florida. Be careful out there, Lanisha. But guys, make sure you say hello. Lay out the red carpet for our lovely ladies of Steeler Nation. Who else is up in here early, man? My man Y Diggy in the building. Vista Light, Rajan, 39, 412 born and raised. Who else is up in here? Aaron Morris, Ghost Marley, my good brother Kenyon, even though me and Kenyon was just in a group chat. So of course, I don't have to say what's up to him, but I'm gonna say what's up to him. And that's about it. That's about it. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Joshua Shields, I'm not sure if I said your name. If I didn't, or if I did, hey, we said it twice. It's worthy of it. But all right, guys, let's get into it, man. Let me again check the view count really quick. And I only do that just to make sure, when I make an announcement, I want, as many people as possible in here. Okay, it's about 45 people. So most of you guys who watch are in here so I can make the announcement. Like I said, it's going to be a quick show tonight. Reason being, man, I have a couple reasons. Obviously, it's election night, right? It's election night, and if you're like me, you want to pay attention to what's going on in the country. Who will be crowned as the new leader of the free world, as they say, the president, who it will be. This is a huge election for a lot of people. Could be a historic election, depending on the results. A lot of things are on the line. I'm not getting into the politics. I'm not going to do that tonight. This isn't the place for that. I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself, but that's one reason. And, some of you might want to get back to that. And some of you might want to, spend that moment with your family. I know I do, with my wife and son as we sit and wait. And let me just say this really quick, guys. It is important to me. I like to say this about myself. I hate talking about myself, but I'm a fairly smart individual. I would like to say that. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I never want to be. I'm always learning. But I have a little bit of intelligence, guys. I do understand a lot of politics is politricks, right? On either side of the fence, right? I know a lot of stuff that we see, sometimes the wool is pulled over your eyes. There's some things we'll never know about what goes on behind the scenes or what has gone on in the country. And don't get me going down that road. But I think it is important, who is being portrayed as the leader of the free world. So that's the reason why I said I think it is important for people to vote. Some people will say it doesn't matter. Okay, that's you're right. But even if we know some of this stuff is smoke and mirrors, what we can see is still important, right? So you should voice your opinion and do that. And that's why I pay attention to it, because again, I pay attention to every single election and who's in office and what type of things happens while they're in office. I did the same with Obama, the Bushes, Clinton, Trump in his first term, Biden. I mean, it doesn't change with me. I'm paying attention to how it affects us all. And I'm not talking about even at the presidential level. I'm talking about on down to your local government. Those things are important. So I'm always a guy that watches the news. I'm always informed. So that's why it's important for me to see what's going to be, right? But outside of that, that's all I got for you. So that's part of the reason why this is going to be a brief, quick show, so we can get back to that. And And yeah, that's it, man. And it's kind of an emotional day for me as well. I'll share this with you guys really quick. Some of you guys will remember, unfortunately, I lost my mom to COVID in 2020. And I vividly remember the conversation we had on that election day and the day after. I will always remember the type of things we talked about. So this just reminds me of that, right? Because that was 4 years ago. And obviously, that date is approaching. But, it kind of hit me this morning too. And I started thinking about that, and it's like, so I'm kind of going through a little bit of that too, man. And I just, with all that happening, man, I just not in the best mood to do a long drawn out show and all of that. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on right now, right? Internally, as far as, so like I said, I'm going to spend the rest of the night with family and all of that. And we watch and see how this thing ends up. But with that being said, man, let me get right to the information. In and out. No phone calls tonight. No steel table tonight. It's just us spending some time with each other because you guys are family as well. And we'll talk about a few things. Here we go. First thing, we always want to talk about Tomlins Comments. Not a whole lot I could take from that, but I did take some things from it. He talked about several guys who we can expect possibly to be back against the Washington Commanders in Week 10. Nick Herbig, Zach Frazier, Cordero Patterson, Corey Trice, Dirty Red. That's the Tyler, if some of you guys didn't know who he was talking about. Tyler Metakevich. And one Cam Sutton. I wanted to take a moment to talk about a little comment that he made about Cam Sutton that was interesting. I mean, most of us could probably figure this out, but I've even asked the question, how does Cam Sutton affect Beanie Bishop? So it was cool that, again, Tomlin is aware of the narrative because he even addressed that. And he said, the question is, what you guys really should be saying is every position in the secondary should be wondering how Cam Sutton will affect their play. Because Cam Sutton is the Swiss Army knife. We've used him in so many ways, in nickel, in dime. We've used him at safety at times. So I thought that was a very interesting way to put it out there to us, as well as, kind of let us see behind the curtain a little bit to say, look, while y'all worrying about just him and Beanie Bishop, you guys have to understand we can use Cam Sutton in multiple ways. So it doesn't just affect his snaps. And it kind of goes to what I mentioned as well last week, that you might have situations where they're both on the field. And he basically said it was first world problems, right? Having guys that are coming back and capable guys that can play, replace guys who have been holding things down. That is a wonderful problem to have. So I thought that was interesting for you guys that may not, know the ins and outs, and you're wondering if Cam Sutton is going to automatically replace Beanie Bishop or if Beanie Bishop is going to automatically keep him off the field. But Mike Tomlin answered that. Very similar to what I mentioned last week. You might see this guy used in multiple different ways. What's going to be interesting, though, is with having these guys back in the fold, your Herbigs, your Fraziers, your Pattersons, your Trices, your Dirty Red, and your Suttons, how does it affect the game day roster as far as who's active and who's not? That's going to be more of a decision for the Steelers organization. And when I say organization, I'm just talking about the coaching staff. That is going to be an interesting decision. Who do you keep up? Who do you, put down? I can't wait to see how that plays out, to see who's active and who's not. So absolutely, man, a very good problem to have. Hopefully Cam Sutton can be Cam Sutton. I'm not expecting this guy to be a world beater or anything like that. I'm expecting him to be the Cam Sutton we saw before he left, particularly playing in the nickel and particularly playing in dime. Not really too concerned with seeing him on the outside because that wasn't his strong suit, in my opinion, anyway. So hopefully we don't have to do that. But, it's depth. Speaking of depth, let's talk about these trades, baby. Let's talk about the more obvious trade first. And you know what I'm going to do, Steeler Nation? I'm going to come right to y'all. I'm going to look you guys right in the face. And I'm going to say what I know quite a few of you probably said. Probably some of y'all right in this chat. If you watched that football game last night, let me get real close because this is what some of Steeler Nation said, I'm pretty sure. Man, see, the Steelers should have got DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know why they didn't get DeAndre Hopkins. See, he lightened it up. He lightened it up. Y'all know I got to pick fun at us. I have to. Because we do that with every player. Valid question. Okay, it's a valid question. Seeing that the Steelers have traded for a receiver, we'll get there in a second, and seeing that they were in the market, it's a valid question. But I'm just saying, why do we always cry about it in Steeler Nation? We always look at the results and see. Yes, I can see. Stop saying that to me. See? Like, we always do that. I seen it already. I seen it. Oh, and people sent me mess. I'm telling you, if I show you my DMs, I already got it. See? Like, dog, okay, I get it. But again, Steeler Nation, as much as I would want to, we are not going to land every single trade. We're not going to land every single free agent. We're not going to draft every single player. And here's the thing that you guys don't always understand. It takes two to tango. It is a business. There's a lot of times where agent and player work with their current organization to say, hey, these are the places we would like to go. Let's see if we could get these trades done. Prime example, we were the benefactor of one of those trades when, I forget the guy's name, Ryan something from the Bears, the GM, when he worked with Justin Fields to get him to Pittsburgh. That was the plan. You understand what I'm saying? So the main thing the Steeler Nation always say, I don't know why they didn't try, why they didn't. Y'all, we don't know what they did and didn't try. We don't. Now, I don't know DeAndre Hopkins' contract. Ryan Post, there you go. Appreciate that. But sometimes we just got to fall back. Now, we can have opinions. Sure, we can say, dang, man, I wish, boy, Hopkins looked good out there, boy. We could use him. Sure. But I'm talking about the over criticism of, y'all said I froze? I'm not frozen on my side. Hold on. Let me pause. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'm not frozen on my end. You guys said I'm frozen on my back. Let's see. Let me look at the stream on my phone. Let me check. No, I'm good. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, yeah. We don't always know the details. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we shouldn't have opinions. I'm just saying we don't always know the details to say the team did or didn't do something. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, I don't know Hopkins' contract to know how it all went down. And, so there you have it. But yeah, definitely, DeAndre Hopkins looked good with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you can't deny that. And they clearly was feeding him the ball. Like, here, feed me Seymour. So, look at Mark. Mark, we all do it at some point. We do. And that's why I love y'all, man. We family. We can tell each other when, yeah, you right, Sim, I did that. Or I can tell y'all, yeah, my bad, y'all. Yeah, I did. That's family. That's family. So it's like I'm not poking fun at nobody. Like, this is just funny amongst each other. Like, I know some of y'all did that. Because I'm going to be honest. When I seen it, I was like, see, here it go. I can't wait to get on the show. I know people go. But that's just because we want what we want. That's all. But yeah, shout outs to D-Hop, man. And the Chiefs. Man, it's amazing that team is doing what they're doing, and they haven't really had no potent offense. That's crazy. That defense is, yeah. But anyway, let's talk about the trade we had. Like I said, I'm trying to speed this thing up, man, so we can get out of here early. Mike Williams. This shouldn't have been a surprise. I know a lot of people wanted the Steelers to make a bigger splash. We knew they were in the market. We kind of came out and said they were in the market with the sources and all for Devontae Adams. Who was the other one, guys? Y'all help me out. It was another bigger name receiver that they were in the market for. Then we found out, not necessarily big name, but we found out also that they were in the market for Christian Kirk, and he got injured. Sources say they were in the market for Slayton. He got injured. So absolute Cortland Sutton. Was it Cortland Sutton? I know it was a couple names that the Steelers were more. The sources definitely came up. Cooper Kupp. We don't know how true they are, but a lot of those were probably fact. Ayuk, that's who I'm talking about. Why Diggy? That is the one. So Ayuk and Devontae Adams probably were the bigger, premier receivers. You could throw Cooper Kupp in that, but we knew they were in the market for that, right? And it just lines up perfectly if we remember from the offseason, right? You remember that, and the funny thing is, and I didn't remember this until I saw Alex Kazora's video, but he's absolutely correct. I remember, guys, that Mike Williams was in New York, had a visit scheduled to go to Pittsburgh, but the Jets signed him before he got there. So that made it even more plausible that that's who they were going to go after. I don't think his contract is crazy. And there you have it. But the one thing that I can say, guys, regardless of whether that's the guy or not, I applaud Omar Khan for trying to continue to, improve this roster. And he did something that we all wanted, right? When's the last time, since Omar Khan's been here, we could say this happens a lot. But prior to Omar Khan, when is the last time that you felt something in your gut that you wanted the team to do and they did it? Everybody was saying we need another receiver. We need another weapon. And whether they got the best guy or not, they're still trying. So shout outs to that, man. Compensation for him is a 5th round pick. The Steelers have 2 of them. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet which 5th round pick, but it's a 2025 5th. And there you have it. There you have it. So not too surprising there. It's just interesting to see them do it and wheel and deal the day of, like literally hours before the deadline. And then here comes the next trade. This one caught me by complete surprise. Preston Smith. If you guys are unfamiliar, edge rusher, Green Bay Packers, number 91. Most of you who watch football know who that is. Traded away a 2025 7th round pick. This was a surprise because I did not expect them to trade for an edge rusher, especially since now they're saying that they're hopeful that and optimistic that Herbig could be back this week. That is interesting. That lets me know, again, shout outs to Omar Khan. I'm giving him full credit. That's why I have him and Mike Tomlin in my thumbnail. They're cooking up something. They are continuing to build depth as we go into this rough patch of the season. Not mad at that at all, because if we got Herbig back, now we potentially have a 4-man rotation where we can keep pass rushers fresh. I'm cool with that pickup. Absolutely. I have no complaints about that. So shout outs to Omar Khan out there wheeling and dealing, man. We got some Wonder Bread. We got some Wonder Bread, man. Shout outs to James Webb. Round of applause for the donation. Thank you so much. And as the chat is telling me, it says, let's celebrate your 5th super chat on live stream. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate the donations like always. It says, I am to celebrate your 5th super chat. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that was 5 thank yous. He says, Williams is who we got. So let's go, Sim. Yeah. And here's where I think Williams is going to help. The style of receiver that he is. I think it's going to give us a deep ball, 50-50 combat catch threat on both sides of the ball. I think that's literally what it's doing. Russell Wilson clearly throws the ball deep. He has no problem doing that off of the play action. He's gone to George Pickens. So now if you get 2 guys that are capable, now you're in trouble leaving Mike Williams in a 1-on-1, right? Go ahead and favor George Pickens, but now you have another guy over here that's a big and strong receiver that can go up and get the ball too. I think that's the idea. Mike Williams is not going to be this ginormous upgrade in terms of, that was the piece they needed. but it could very well be the threat that has you at least looking, you peeking, you looking over here at George Pickens, but it at least may have you taking a quick peek. Like, wait, hold on. Either one of these guys can go, up top and take that ball away. Calvin Austin is not that guy. We're going to continue to use Calvin Austin in the slot. Van Jefferson is not routinely that guy, right? He's just a capable guy that's going to be open from time to time, maybe pick up some third downs. Heck of a catch in the last week's game. The last game we played against the Giants on the sideline, but he's not necessarily the guy that you're going to expect to win the 50-50 balls. Clearly, that is the offense that we're putting out there. So that's what Mike Williams does do, is it gives another potential George Pickens-esque guy. And when I say that, I'm talking about just a guy that can go deep down the field and go up for the jump ball and make the combative catch, 50-50 catch. So it could get a little interesting with the play action offense that we're running off of the run game. So I think we might be okay there. The other quick piece of news I got, guys, before we wrap up, man, I saw that the Commanders traded for Marshawn Lattimore, getting themselves another corner. Not sure how guys feel about Lattimore in this stage of his career. I don't watch a lot of Saints, so I couldn't really say how good he is or isn't in this stage of his career. I just know he's been a formidable cornerback in the NFL, has had a solid career, was a good guy. Early on, like I said, I don't sit here and pretend. I think that's one of the reasons why you guys respect what I do here. I don't pretend as if I know everything. I could not tell you how successful Lattimore has been over the last 3 or 4 seasons. I couldn't tell you. But I do know he's a guy who's capable. So Washington could use a little better corner play. I would expect maybe a guy like St. Juste, he might battle him for his spot. But, he's currently nursing an injury. Okay. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, being as that we are about to play the Commanders. And I'll say a couple quick things about them, and I'll give you guys a few minutes in the chat. We're at 22 minutes. Listen, man, I learned some things too from Tomlin today that I did not realize. Washington leads the league in rushing touchdowns. They are 5th per Mike Tomlin. He says he believes, but he says, I believe they are 5th in pass defense. And they only have 3 turnovers offensively in 9 games. Those are some things that you need to be concerned about. That sounds like efficiency to me. That doesn't sound like your traditional rookie quarterback. I know the Steelers are supposedly, we all know the Steelers are supposed to have a lot of success against rookie QBs. I told y'all a while back. Y'all remember when I said this? That boy Jaden Daniels is not playing like your traditional rookie. And I'm just talking about his poise and how he keeps himself composed. He doesn't maneuver and move around like your traditional rookie. This kid is talented. This kid can throw the ball. He's been smart with the football. He can run. He's mobile, not only just running by design, but he can improvise. He also can move in the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield. He's playing with a lot of confidence. 5th in defense, pass defense. I did see the Giants run the ball on him a little bit, so I have a little more to say about them as a whole when I do the before play video, but we got to be on the lookout, man. We really have to play a sound game. We're going to Washington. I know that's a place that we have owned for several years. We take over the stadium. I'm trying to get to that game, but the tickets are a little expensive. Not that I wouldn't mind paying it, but, we're looking at about 5 or 6 people going, and it's like, I don't know if I want to do that, but we'll see, especially if it's not in Pittsburgh. But also, just a side note, I'm trying to find a game to go to, man, because my little man, as you guys know, excuse me, he's actually on 2 basketball teams now. quick lesson, story time for you guys. As you guys know, in the summer, he was playing on the AAU team, right? So this fall, he tried out for, because he's in 5th grade, they don't necessarily have a school team, but they have a school district team. So this is the team that represents the district. He didn't make that team last year. He tried out this year, made the team, right? He goes to his first practice. We get an email from the coach saying, hey, we have a spot on our AAU fall team that we would like him to play on. Now, mind you, this particular AAU team is one of the premier AAU teams in this area. He tried out for that team also last year and didn't make it. Now he's on both teams that he didn't make last year. We had put him through training. He had been getting his basketball training in, and he has definitely improved his game. So we're proud of that. But I say all that to say to you guys, my weekends are full. After this coming weekend, I really don't have much more I could do on Saturday and Sunday, but go to his games and so forth. So I'm going to try to find a game in December that maybe we can make it to in Pittsburgh. It'll be cold, but yeah, man, that's why I'm trying to. We're going to get up Sunday morning because, I don't live too far from, obviously, the D.C. area. A couple hours. You guys know I commute to D.C. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But we're going to try to see maybe if we can catch some tickets last minute and shoot down there. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated with that. But, yeah, man, so my weekends are going to be crazy. But it's all worth it. It may affect the post-game shows here and there, but we'll figure all that out. But anyway, just wanted to say that, guys, and we'll get back to it. That's all I got, guys. I don't have much more. Like I told you guys, I know we have more people in here now, so I'll say it again. Didn't want to do a long show tonight. I know a lot of people are paying attention to what's going on as far as elections, so I'll allow everybody to get back to that. And I'll do that as well. And it's, again, a little emotional day for me because, I lost my mom in 2020 in November, November 17th to be exact. And it's just, I just remember the conversations we had the day of the election and the day after. So this is just bringing it, it's rushing all back to me. Just, that's all I could think about today, what we would be talking about. And, so I was like, all right, I'm going to just do a quick show so I could tap in with my family, man. But wasn't really in the mindset tonight, man, to do still table or take phone calls. But y'all know I'm always keeping it a buck with y'all. But I'm going to give y'all 2-3 minutes, man. Let's see what y'all got. Kev So Fun says, Sim, this is like a football game, the election. Crazy stuff going on out here, man. Like I said, I'm not going to get into who votes for who and all that. This ain't the place for that. We ain't doing that here. This is about football. We all come together when it comes to the Steelers for the most part, right? So your political beliefs and all that doesn't really matter to me. Emery Underwood says, prayers up, Sim. Lost mine in 2021. And her birthday is November 18th. Keep your head up, man. You too, Emery. You too. Tough, right? It's tough. For anybody who's ever gone through that, man, first of all, I pray for you. I hate that I'm in the same club. You're never prepared for it. And especially in my case, it was COVID induced. It's just, I keep a smile on my face and I'm upbeat all the time, but that pain just never goes away, bro. Never goes away. But yeah, prayers up to you and yours as well, man. Oh, we got a donation. Wonder Bread from Will I Am. Appreciate that. Round of applause. Will I Am says, Daniels is the real deal. He will give our defense a headache. Or 2 or 3. I see a close game. We have to run on them for sure. What is it going to take for a Muth breakout game? Very good question. You know what, Will I Am? You just gave me my homework. I watched some of that game, not the whole thing, because I was watching multiple games on Sunday. But I watched some of that game against the Giants in Washington. Now what I'm going to look for is, did the Giants attack the middle of the field, or is there a weakness in the middle of the field? Maybe this is the opportunity to do that. They are 5th in pass defense, but I don't know, is that because of sacks or outside? Like where are they locking down their opponents the most? So that's something to look out for. Is there possibly an area to expose in the middle of the field? I'm going to do my homework and give maybe an assessment on that when I do the before play video, which should be Friday night. I'm going to say latest, maybe Saturday. But yeah, appreciate the donation again, and great questions, great points. And thank all of y'all, man. I thank you all for the condolences, man. I really appreciate that, man. I really do. Oh, man, CT said, lost my brother in 2022. I know the feeling. Yeah, man, it's a tough thing. It's life, right? And we understand the circle of life, but it's just you never, it's your parent, man. It's the little things that I don't have. The little things. That's the little things that happens that you can only tell your mom about. And not that you can't tell your pop. It's certain conversations you have with her that you don't have with pops. And there's certain conversations you have with pops that you don't have with her. And then there's certain conversations that you have with both of them. You know what I mean? So if you guys can think about that little thing, those little things that you do with moms, for that to be gone, it's like you just never prepared for it. You know what I mean? Never. But I appreciate all of y'all for the condolences, man. And I don't want to sad us out to end the show. But I appreciate y'all. Give me a couple more comments, man. Anything you guys concerning about the game, and then we're going to shut this one down. Nathan says, Sim, thoughts on Mike Williams? Will he play on Sunday? Possibly. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say about Mike Williams. Thank you, Nathan, for reminding me. I think this move also this is my belief. Let me qualify my statement by saying this is my belief. I don't know. Pure speculation. If Roman Wilson is healthy and had played 3-4 games to show that he's capable of just a little bit, I'm not sure they make this move. I'm not sure they do. Because I do think the Steelers think that they're able to get production from Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin now. And I can't remember who else comes in from time to time. I think the Johnson kid has come in. Scotty Miller. Miller hasn't given us too much. But I think if Roman Wilson was healthy, I'm not sure they pull the trigger because they waited so long to pull the trigger on a receiver. That's just my opinion. I have no way of knowing. But I think the Steelers were comfortable with what they had if they thought Roman Wilson was going to be a part of this. It seems like Roman Wilson is up in the air. Mike Tomlin didn't even mention his name today. I can't remember. I think they actually put Roman on IR, right? So, yeah. So in that case, we might see Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams could potentially come out there. He's probably going to be, if he wasn't there today, he'll be there tomorrow. He'll get a couple practices in. Yeah, that's what I thought, Diggy. Thanks for confirming. Yeah. I think he has a chance to play. And absolutely, Nathan, it would have been cool, man, to see DK Metcalf. That would have been dope. Thank you, Lanisha. You already know. You already know how I feel. Thank you. I thank all of y'all again for the thoughts and condolences, man. Nate Drew says, hey, Sim, is the Commanders' offense similar to the Ravens' offense? Meaning, can we attack them the same way we attack the Ravens? I don't have enough watch time on Washington, but I will say this. Washington is more so. I got to carefully answer this because I don't want you guys to misconstrue what I'm going to say. I want to say Washington is a little more dynamic, even though I think the Ravens can be dynamic because now your worst nightmares happen. Lamar Jackson can sit back there and pass that thing. You can no longer force him to pass because he'll pass on you. But I think from what I've seen from Washington, a little bit that I've seen, that they're more dynamic in approach. They're not as one-dimensional mentality, I would say, as a Raven. So I don't think they're similar. The only thing that's similar is they do have a quarterback that can move. He doesn't, from what I've seen, I could be wrong, but from what I'm seeing, he's not going to take off, or he's not going to be so included in the run game like Lamar is. And they're not just going to hand it off to this one bruising back. You know, they're going to use Eckler. They're going to use McMichaels. They're going to use, what's the other kid's name? Robinson. They're going to pass the ball to Eckler. You know, they're going to definitely utilize Ertz, similar to the Ravens using their tight ends, but they definitely are not afraid to take shots down the field. More so than what we've seen from the Ravens. However, now the Ravens have Zay Flowers, who's emerging there. You've seen him use Bateman a lot, and let's not forget Diontae Johnson. So it's hard for me to compare them apples to apples right now, but I think I understand what you're trying to say. But yeah, I do think the Ravens are more, you know what they're trying to do, as opposed to being dynamic out the gate, if that makes sense. You said the Ravens traded for who? White. What White? Which White? Which White did they trade for? We talk about the linebacker, or Devin White, or somebody else. Who did they trade for? I didn't see that news. That's why I'm acting clueless. So if somebody could tell me that really quick, and then we'll get out of here. Oh, Tre'Davious White. Ew. Ew. That makes you go, oh, all right. So everybody trying to get that get them corners locked down. Oh, okay, Tre'Davious. Okay. All right. So listen, we in a dogfight, guys. We already know that. Prepare. Strap your boots. This second half run is going to be critical. Get ready. It's going to be very crucial. Say what you want about the Browns. Probably get one or both of those games, but they did beat the Ravens. Say what you want about the Bengals. The Bengals could very well beat us once or twice, or vice versa. I'm going to call it right now and say we ain't beating the Ravens twice. I'm going to just say that. I don't believe that today. Let's see more. I'm almost more inclined to say that we ain't going to beat the Ravens. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying the way they look now, the way the Steelers have emerged over the last 2 weeks, it gives us a better chance. Ravens look strong, man. And again, I know they lost to Cleveland, but I'm just saying, guys, when the Ravens are on, I don't have us beating them right now. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see how this first game against the Ravens plays out after this week. And then I will let you know if I think we have a chance to beat them in the second go round. But yeah, this is going to be a tough run, man. I'm rooting for us. Maybe we come out of this thing 10-7. You know, maybe we come out of this thing 11 and what would that be? 11-6. Maybe. We'll see, but it's going to be very tough. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be tough to get the double digits. And I know some of y'all are looking at me like I'm crazy because we got 6 wins already. I'm just saying, we'll see. We'll see. I have faith that we can play with most of these teams, but I got to see it, man. I just have to see it because, again, our defense leaks a little bit with explosive plays. That's the problem that scares me. We give up too many explosive plays, and you cannot continue to do that with good teams. You can't. So, but all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Let everybody get back to watching this election. And hey, by the time we talk again, we'll all know how this thing plays out. But you guys definitely be safe out there, man. Really quick, if you haven't already, I'm going to remind you to do this right here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and share the video. Share the video. Like and share. Like and share. before I get out of here, like I always do, I'm going to ask you guys, please stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless. Good night. Like always, thank you for tuning in, and I shall catch you in the next one. See y'all soon. Peace.